Hello. In this video, I would like to talk a little bit about Social Security numbers. Um, it is super easy to find Social Security numbers of deceased people. And I actually post them in all of their profiles, whether it's on Family Search or if it's on Ancestry, I put it in there. I want to show you, here's my tree. Here's my great grandma, Ethel. I'm going to go to her person. Now, in Family Search, it does not list them as Social Security numbers. We actually do national identification number. So if you want to add information, you can click, there's all these kinds of things that you can label them. So Social Security would go under national identification number. I'm not going to do that because I already did it. So here it is. So I wanted to show you this website. This website is called, let's see if it's going to let me click it open. I'll do it over here. So it's called SteveMorris.org. SteveMorris.org. You can see right here, even though it says Stephen P. Morris at the top of the page, it's SteveMorris.org. This website is amazing. So much information. If you know your family comes through Ellis Island, there you can look them up. You can look up pictures of ships. I've looked up my grandfather's, I've looked up all of this stuff and you can pull it up. What's really great is they tell you if it costs money or if it's free. Today on this website, what I want to show you is Social Security. Social Security numbers can give you some information. Pre-mid 70s, you had to apply for a Social Security number, which makes it very interesting. So wherever they're born, mid to late 70s and forward, they are given Social Security numbers at birth in the hospital. You sign the forms. So you kind of know if you look up Social Security numbers late 70s forward, that's where they're going to be born. That's where they were born. Prior to that, that is not true. So Social Security numbers gives you a little tidbit of information on where they were at a certain point in their life. So I'm going to go down here to birth, death, and other vital records, and I'm going to click Social Security numbers. A Social Security number is a code. It's a code. For every part of the country has a different code. These are not random numbers. So I'm going to start with Ethel's. So I have Ethel's number here, right here, and I wrote it down. So I'm going to go back to here, and so her first three numbers are 1, 2, 2. So I'm going to go in here and click that range. Oh, it's going to tell me New York. Okay, well, now I know she was at New York at the time. So I'm going to go down here and click her number. So she's 122 and her middle number is 12. So that tells me between 1936 and 1950, she got her Social Security number. But if you look over here, she was born in 1902. And then if we go back over here, you can see the earliest she could have gotten her Social Security number was in 1936, which would make her 34 years old, which is super interesting because that just doesn't happen today like that. So I wanted to put this out here. So I'm going to look up I'm going to do another one. I'm going to go to my grandfather, Jose Garcia, and I'm picking him because he's a different part of the country. And I'm going to open him up. And I have a Social Security number right here. And you can see my grandmother Ethel's Social Security number started with a 122. My great-grandfather starts with a 454. So let's go here. And so it's a 454 number. So go in between here. So that tells me Texas between 1936 and 1988. Well, let's get more detailed information. So it's 454. I'm going to scroll all the way down. 454, middle number's 10. This tells me he got it in Texas between these years. So it doesn't go all the way up to 1988. So we can see right here, he was born in 1905. That means he was 31 when he got his Social Security number, which is very interesting. So it kind of gives you some clues and maybe gives you more questions that you want to answer and things like that. So let's see. So you may ask yourself, okay, why didn't he get his Social Security earlier? Why didn't my great grandmother get her Social Security earlier? Social Security started in 1935. They couldn't get it earlier, so they got it a year after it started. So that's a lot of explaining. So they were already working in the work field, in the workforce, and then the government started the Social Security program, and that's why they got their Social Security numbers at the time that they did. But if you have a traveling family and family member and they're out and about, you can check to see where they got their Social Security numbers. You might be surprised at where they were at that time in their lives when they got their Social Security numbers. So you can pick any year. So I can pick 1945 and I'll pick the state of California. And in 1945, the numbers are going to start with 545. In 1986, in the state of New York, the numbers start with 050. And the country goes gradually, starts from the Northeast, and the numbers get higher as you go out west. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was informational, and please check out the SteveMorris.org website, because look at all this stuff. Amazing stuff on this website.